What's happening, EFCA West? You know, if you live anywhere in the district, our district that spans about 7 states across the western U.S., chances are you are driving a lot. There's always somewhere to go, and it's usually a little further than you'd rather have it be, or the traffic is just a little bit worse than you wish it was. So what do we do about that? Well, you know, actually, there's a way we can use it to our advantage, and let me give you 2 great ways. Because while you're in your car and you got nothing to do, you can listen to podcasts. And there are 2 podcasts I want to tell you about today. The first one is, of course, ours, the EFCA West podcast. We just released an episode last week, and if you hadn't seen it or haven't had a chance to check it out, it's all about our trip to the border, to El Paso, to Juarez, and we really get into the immigration issue that we had a chance to take a deep dive into. I encourage you to listen to it. Here's what I do. I speed my podcasts up to like 1.5 or double the speed, and that way you can get through them quicker. So check that out. Go to EFCA West Podcast. You see a link on the email. The second podcast, though, because I would think that our podcast probably is the best podcast that's ever been invented since the invention of podcasts. But, you know, Apple doesn't really reflect that, or our statistics don't reflect that yet. We haven't got to our 1 billionth download yet. But that's okay. There are other good podcasts, too. The other one that I like, actually, is the Think Biblically podcast from Talbot School of Theology with Sean McDowell and Scott Ray. Those guys do a great job. And, you know, recently we dropped our daughter off at college, and even though the college has some Christian undertones to it, there's still a lot of just craziness you get at any college these days. And so they talk about a book that it was written by a guy who, same kind of thing, daughter goes off to college and just wanted to prepare her so her mind just didn't fall out of her head the minute she goes to college, because that's what so often happens, you know. So anyway, I really love that podcast as well. They have some great episodes. So just some ideas for you while you're driving in the car. And, you know, it's a sunny day, so I'll pop the sunroof up. Hey, the last thing is this. Check this out. As long as you're going to be in your car, you got to get in your car and you got to drive over to Gospel City Church's launch service that's happening September 19th. I don't know, you'll see the ad there on the screen, but you got to check that out, because this is what we're about at EFCA West. Really what it's about is we're making our churches stronger, but we're also planting new churches. And that's the most exciting thing, is to be a part of a church plant however you can. So make sure that you go, if you can send some of your people there, or if you want to go, however you can do it, to be at this church plant launch service that's happening, Gospel City Church, Long Beach, California. Okay, that's it. I got to make sure I don't run anybody over. Drive safe out there and listen to podcasts, multitask, you know what I mean? Anyway, have a fantastic week.